Hello, I hope y'all are having a great day. It's November 16th, and today I am back with another video, of course. So today I'm going to be talking about really the next big weather event, which it looks like it will occur as we go into the start of next week. Um, so yeah, it's kind of going to be my main focus today. Uh, but yeah, thank you for watching. If you are, I appreciate it. I really do. And let's get started. So. These are our current temperatures across the country. Let me get Epic Pen here. But okay, let's click. But we can see, but pretty mild across the majority of the South. Uh, Cold across the northern part of the country, with the exception of kind of this area right here. We can see, still in the 60s in Kansas City. Maybe even in the 60s over towards St. Louis. Look at these temperatures now in Texas. I'm pretty sure a station on the Oklahoma Mesonet got up to 90 today, that's high for November. Um, the Northeast very cold, or not very cold, but I mean cold for the Northeast. The Southeast is just like mild, like not much to it. The Northwest is pretty cold actually. 40s in Seattle and Portland. Colder temperatures in the higher elevation. Southwest is pretty warm as well. Um, so yeah, see, we very warm today. Look at that, over in Texas and Oklahoma there. But yeah. So let's go over to the GFS model. We're gonna look at the GFS, then the Euro, and then we're gonna look at the Canadian last because I feel like the Canadians, in my opinion, is just not as good as the GFS and the Euro. So let's get started. Yeah, so this is really our next storm system for the central and the eastern U.S. So we can see this is Thursday afternoon. This week, this is 2 days away. 540 lines down to southern Illinois. We have some very cold air up here with even some snow showers. Um, we have a low way up in Canada. Cold front stretched down across the south. Some light precip along this front. I'm not expecting anything too heavy. The northeast could get some heavier stuff, and even maybe snow mixing in towards the back side of the rain. And look at this. This is Thursday night here. We're looking at some snow, maybe mixing in areas of New York, Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, maybe as far south as Massachusetts and Connecticut. And behind that Friday, we have some lake effect. That is that. And the northwest is going to stay wet, very wet. And that's kind of the general pattern over there. It does look like it could dry. It does look like the northwest could enter a more dry pattern as we go into this weekend, and maybe several days with not a lot of precip, no big storm systems. And this is a storm system I want to talk about. This was looking very interesting a couple days ago. If you remember, the GFS was showing and the Euro was showing even last night the Euro showed like an insane winter storm for the Mid Atlantic. Yeah, that's changed. That's changed a lot. This is all the GFS shows now. Still very cool. This is still a very cool little storm system here. Or not little. This is interesting. So this is Monday afternoon. We have very cold air sitting behind this. Showers across the southeast, showers across the northeast, maybe some light snow in the interior northeast. Not a lot. But then look at this. We had this low kind of come off of the southeast part of this front, which we see this, and then it goes up the trough, and then this goes straight into Nova Scotia, and then just brings a ton of snow to Maine. Now if this happens, it's the GFS is starting to be kind of consistent. We could be looking at a Maine snow event. So I have to see if this changes by tomorrow. I do feel like we're gonna still see changes to the forecast. We're still about a week out. Uh, and really, I'm not forecasting in these videos too much. I'm kind of just looking at models. And telling my opinion, but it's kind of what I'm doing. But I do feel like we could be maybe looking at a Maine winter storm next week. We'll have to see though. That is subject to change, of course. So we'll have to see. But yeah, that'd be very interesting if that happens. And also behind this, we have some very cold air. Look at these temperatures Tuesday morning, very below average. Now, it has been kind of moderating a bit. It's not looking as good as it was before in the southeast. I'll say that. A bit sad, but I mean, I didn't really expect much. Yeah, look at these temperatures, these temperatures Tuesday afternoon. We can see very cold in the northern tier of the country. Still mild across Texas though, and in kind of the high plains, over here, even 50s in eastern Montana. Southeast, I mean, still below average, not unheard of for November at all. Not even, I mean, this is really not that rare. Just some highs in the 40s, maybe for Atlanta, Birmingham, maybe Columbia. We'll have to see. I feel like most areas will get up into the 50s. I feel like we're gonna see this moderate even a little bit more. Uh, and then Yeah, very cold though, especially up in North Dakota, Minnesota there. Uh, and look at these temperatures Monday morning though. Like maybe getting to around like in the single digits in some areas like Fargo and Grand Forks. So let's go over to the euro now and see how what the euro's kind of thinking here. Okay, yeah, the look at it. Okay, wait. Sorry, it's not. Okay, well for some reason I can't get it to. It won't go out further than this. So we're just gonna have to do this. So it's Sunday morning. Let's go out to Monday morning. Let's go out to Monday morning here, and we can see we have the 540 line down to Southern Illinois, just like the GFS. We have the low up in Canada with maybe some snow and very windy conditions in Wisconsin, UP, and Michigan, and Arrowhead in Minnesota. We can see we have showers across the southeast and into the south. Nothing really too wintry for the U.S. though. Nothing insane at all, or nothing really that interesting. And also to get a little more interesting as we go through the day, we can start to see this low kind of curve, or not really, or not curve. It's the wrong term to use, but kind of, it's definitely like spinning around itself. I mean, the dynamics with this is just really interesting. You can see very cold air back here. Even some snow in this area, lake effect as well. Lots of precip in front of this for the northeast. Um, and we're still pretty warm in this area. We have a high over there by the. I mean, not really. I mean, in Utah, that's gonna kind of keep the southern plains warm. Uh, Late Monday night into early Tuesday morning. Just look at this. This is still really cool. Very cold air now pushing down into the southeast, even pushing further into the northeast. And Tuesday afternoon, I mean, European indicates some snow maybe in New York and PA Tuesday afternoon. So pretty different than the GFS as we go back to the GFS and at the same time show that. So I mean that's not consistent at all. I mean, move over here for y'all a bit. Not consistent at all. So that's kind of a sign. We could still see some changes, but I mean it does kind of have it. Maybe some snow in Maine too. Some decent snow. Even it just kind of happens a bit later. And it has this low also. Let me try and get the forecast loop here because it's just easier to kind of look at. There we go. Okay, so yeah, we do kind of see it spin around and bring a lot of snow, but it doesn't really directly come off that low that we see in the southeast. It kind of comes off the coast and goes up there. We'll have to see. That is different. But still, we're still looking at some decent snowfall. I mean, if this happens, that just looks really interesting. The Euro had a similar thing to this yesterday, just a little bit more south and a little bit cooler, I guess you could say. But this is still pretty very interesting. The storm system like rotates around itself like twice, which is pretty cool. And then European indicates another storm system as we go into the end of next week. But we're not going to talk about that. go ahead and take a look at temperatures on the European here. And Monday afternoon, very cold up in the northern plains. So look at this, 12 in Grand Forks, 15 in Fargo. Um, Nevertheless, it's very cold across the northern plains, the Midwest. Uh, Mild across the south, mild across the northeast as well. Tuesday morning, though, we're down to freezing in areas of the really, I mean, maybe central Georgia, central Alabama. Maybe even teens getting down to central Illinois, maybe even Springfield. We'll have to see. Indianapolis, uh, and very cold. And these are temperatures Tuesday afternoon on the European here. Europeans consistently been much colder than the GFS for the southeast. I've noticed that. GFS is about I mean, I guess you could. I mean, it's about like 3 to 8 degrees higher, depending on where you live. Uh, Very cold across this area, so we'll have to see. But overall, I think as we go towards next week, Monday and Tuesday is going to be. We're gonna see a pretty big change for. I mean, I would say really anywhere east of this line right here. Northern plains are going to be very cold. Maybe we could see our first single digits of the year up there, or the season. Very cold. Some cold temperatures coming down into the southeast, and cold in the northeast as well. But the northeast, we're going to be watching for a winter storm. We'll have to see. I'm not going to call this significant or anything. I'm not. I'm never going to clickbait. I hate it when other weather YouTube channels do that. I mean, I just started. I'm not really much of a channel, but my old channel was. But I mean, I'm never gonna clickbait. If I do, it's probably not me. Uh, but yeah, and we'll have to see. The Northeast is looking very interesting next week, mainly because of this storm system, maybe, and uh, I mean, really, I wouldn't. I'm not. I'm really unsure right now of where we could maybe see the most snow. I mean, I'm thinking maybe Maine. Right now would be the area to look, but we're still a week out, so we're gonna have to see. I'm sure it's gonna change. I'm positive it's gonna change. But yeah, so let's go over to the Canadian. We'll just go over here on pivotal weather here and kind of see. So the Canadian is definitely gonna be different than the Euro and the GFS. Let's go out to Monday. Let's go. Okay, it doesn't go out far enough yet. But this is Monday evening, and we can kind of get an idea of what we're seeing Monday evening. So we have our low further north in Canada. Definitely a lot less cold there. I'll definitely say that. I'll go back to the previous run. This is a bit of an older run, so I wouldn't. I kind of. Definitely. Okay, yeah, that's pretty interesting. But we'll have to see because the new Euro, or not the new Euro, the new Canadian seems to have a little less. Yeah, definitely seems to have a lot less cold air with it on the backside of this. So we're gonna have to see. Very interesting to see how this has changed, uh, and it's likely still gonna change a lot over the next week. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. And yes, goodbye.